Welcome to the Armani Talks YouTube channel. I'm your host, Armani Talks. In this channel, we're covering communication skills to help you level up your confidence, charisma, and brand presence. Today's talk is going to regard the Toastmasters Pathways Program, and I'm going to explain it so easy for you that a dummy could understand it. And from this newfound knowledge, you're going to have a decision. Either you choose to start the Toastmasters Pathways Program, or you decide to opt out of it. It's not for you. Now, for you to even be watching this video right now, a part of you wants to join Toastmasters for different reasons. Maybe you don't like speaking in front of people. Another part of you may just want to work on your voice a little bit more. Another part of you may have social anxiety, and you feel as though if you can conquer speech anxiety, you'll conquer social anxiety in the process. Whatever the case is, I want you to understand something. All these are valid reasons to start Toastmasters. The end goal of Toastmasters is to give you more confidence. And you can get confidence via different ways. Some people get confidence through the gym. Some people do it via doing YouTube, doing writing. And some people do it via public speaking. All those paths are valid. It's just for Toastmasters, you're going to develop confidence via the public speaking route, communication skills. Now, for you to understand the Toastmasters Pathways Program on a deeper level, you got to first understand what the path used to be like. When I first started Toastmasters, we all had to work through this book. It's called The Competent Communicator. Now, as you can tell, my book has been through hell and back. And the reason it's been through hell and back is because I had it a couple of years ago and I still don't want to throw it away. It's nostalgic. It reminds me of my public speaking journey. And basically the way that it would work is that there's multiple different speeches within this book, and it tells you how to organize your speech, how to create your speech in a way where during speech day, you're ready, you're well prepared. And once you're ready and prepared, you're going to give this book to your evaluator, and they're basically going to evaluate it. They're going to tell you what you did right, what you did wrong, and what you could improve. Now, what you'll notice is that this is a great way to do Toastmasters, but it's rather, unflexible. It seems a little stiff. You're telling me all these different speakers who are coming for different reasons on why they want to join Toastmasters all have to work out of the same exact book? Seems too stiff. So that's when Toastmasters decided that they're going to change it up. How are they going to change it up? They're going to start the Pathways Program. And the Pathways Program is where the speaker gets to choose the path for them, for their public speaking journey. So let's say you're an engineer for most of your life and you're highly technical. You got the technical part mastered in your job. And recently, you got a promotion. Now, you go from being a technical engineer into a manager, a leader of people. Only problem? You don't have any leadership skills. You are terrified of speaking in front of other people. How are you possibly going to lead them? Well, luckily, Toastmasters has a path for you. It's called the Dynamic Leadership Path. What about another situation? Let's say you want to start a podcast, but there's a problem. What's the problem, Armani? The problem is that you're boring. You don't have any personality. You're a bland individual. So the path that you can take is the humor path. Now for this path, you get to work on your sense of humor. You have a safe ground where you can practice in front of a live audience and you understand the science of being funny. And by the way, this is the path that I took and it's something that I highly recommend. So for you, at this point, you just want to understand what is holding you back and what you want to get out of your public speaking journey. And from there, that's what you want to choose your path around. In the link below, I'm going to give you a site that has all the different paths out there in the Toastmasters program, and you can decide which one is the best for you. And hypothetically, if you can't pick a path, there's a survey that you can fill out once you decide to opt into Toastmasters. And from there, you can do the survey. It's going to ask you a bunch of hyper-targeted questions and is going to give you 3 suggested paths that Toastmasters think is good for you. So hypothetically, if you can't pick a path via your own volition, Don't worry, Toastmasters still got you. So you picked your path. Now what? Well, each path is different, but there's certain similarities. Each of the paths are divided into 5 different levels. And you can access these levels online, or you could pay a little bit extra and get a paperback version. I think online is fine. It's extremely dynamic. And from online, each of the 5 levels, you have to go through it in a sequential way. So you can't go to level 4 if you haven't even completed level 1. You got to do it one step at a time. And within each level, there's different challenges, different speeches. And just like with this book, it gives you different guides on how to prepare for the speech, great speech etiquette, what to look out for. One feature that I love about the Toastmasters Pathways program is that there's a feature where it'll ask you how you feel before the speech. It asks you, are you nervous? Are you feeling prepared? How do you feel? And once the speech is done, you have to answer that same survey again. So this is great because you get to see how you are before a speech and after a speech, bringing more awareness into your public speaking game. And from there, the other cool part of the Toastmasters Pathways program is that there's different electives, which this book didn't have. And by the electives, one of the electives is you can start a podcast, you can start a YouTube channel, you could talk about how, I don't know, there's just different electives. You could talk about how you are going to write a resume for your boss and persuade him to understand your resume. A lot of cool different electives that keeps the levels fun and it keeps it unpredictable. Because one part of the real world is that nothing is predictable, and in the world of communication skills, if you can't think on your feet, if you can't adjust, then you're going to fall behind. And that's why the Pathways program I personally recommend is highly valuable. It's one of the best ways to enter into the public speaking journey. And from there, you'll notice that via each level that you're going through, you're improving more and more and more, and you feel more confident regarding your path of choice. So just a quick little summary. The Toastmasters Pathways program is a program that's geared for the speaker and their goals, their choices. What do they want? Once you choose your path, it's divided into 5 different levels that you need to go through in a sequential way. And in each of these levels, there's different speeches, different challenges, different surveys and electives that you can do in order to keep leveling up. Once you're done, you're going to feel confidence. You're going to feel as though you're a better speaker, whether it's online or offline, and you're going to improve your personality as a whole. Like I said, there's a lot of different ways to build confidence, but why not build confidence through communication? Super powerful, and I recommend that you highly look into this club if you're struggling with speech anxiety, social anxiety, or any communication quirks that you can fine-tune out of your system. If today's video helped you, be sure to drop a like for me right on below, and I'll catch you on the next episode.